Annyeonghaseyo from Korea. Welcome to next matchup. Today we're cooking Dak Gomtang. It's basically Korean chicken soup. You would want to make it with the chicken that's got the bones in it, and you'd use the bones, a bit of the thigh meat. In my case, I picked up these delicious chicken breasts on sale for about $5 for 400 grams, so you can't go wrong with that deal. Plus, I'm also trying to eat healthier, so it's going to be a healthier chicken soup with a little bit less fat in it. We'll make up for the flavor by adding in some other ingredients, including our lovely dapper, this giant green thing here, as well as some healthy ginger, garlic, and onion. In Korea at the moment, there's snow on the footpaths, so we need a hot soup full of very healthy ingredients to make sure that we're, starting the day the right way. So you can't go wrong with this delicious, hearty, hot Korean chicken soup. For our green onion here, or in this case a leek, use something that you have lying around. Don't just go out and buy specifically leeks for it. So you can use green onions or spring onions, they're more than fine. I just like the leeks because of the size. Just remember, keep a bit of the top. The green part, you're going to use that as a garnish. I'm taking off the end pieces of my garlic as well, because I'm actually going to use the garlic for something else I'm going to cook later. So actually later on, once I've squished it up, I used it. Ginger's a great one to add. You can cut it a little bit thinner than I have here, but it really doesn't matter. The flavors are going to seep in anyway, and the peppercorns are always a good one to add. There's other things you can do if you want, but this will get you started. This is a nice basic beginner's guide. For the water, just fill it up as much as you can, and you can always add more water later. Once it's boiling, remove the foam, and then it should sort of clear up a little bit after that. And now you're going to cook it for 40 minutes on a medium sort of heat. Now see, the water has disappeared, so I'm going to add some more. How much water you want to add is up to you. Just keep filling it up a little bit at a time and letting it boil down. You can adjust based on the flavor. After 40 minutes, take out your chicken, because you do want to keep this boiling a little bit longer, and you want your chicken to sort of cool down because you're going to put it on top. Look at that beautiful color. There's a lot of flavor in that already, but I want it to go a little bit further, so I'm actually adding some more water now, and I'll boil that water off and it won't be too salty. You can also season at this point, so add any salt or things you want. Now speaking of seasonings, that sauce that I'm making right now, this is a seasoning you can use to put on top of it that you can mix in with the soup, and it tastes so good. But it is optional, you don't really need it. Mixing out, look, rip apart that chicken. There's something about ripped up chicken that's the best. Don't cut it, you gotta tear it. I don't know why, it just tastes better when you tear it up, especially boiled chicken like this. It's great, and it's cooled down. Make sure you're not doing it when it's too hot, you don't want to burn your hands. Let's check on our soup. Perfect. At this point you want to taste it and salt or pepper if necessary. Also, if you think it's too watery, then just keep boiling it for a little bit longer. Just remember though that this is a watery soup, so you don't want something that's necessarily too thick, and you want to be able to sort of make it last. You don't want just one tiny portion of delicious soup. When we serve this in Korea, or when you get it at a restaurant, it's often common to just add a bit of salt. There's a wee thing of salt that usually sits at the side of the table, and you can just add a tiny bit of salt as you need, because everyone sort of has different sort of flavors that they prefer. That's the way to do it. There's the garnish that I mentioned earlier, and it's perfect. So let's see how this thing actually tastes though. Let's try to eat this. Oh, beautiful. Oh yeah. That is chicken soup for the soul. Oh, that's perfect. It's cold, it's -10, maybe even more at the moment outside. Perfect time for eating a hot chicken soup, just like this. We keep boiling it, making sure we've got this nice thick soup. It's not too watery, right? You don't want the soup to be too watery, but at the same time you also don't want to run out of soup. It'll disappear, you'll have nothing left but flavor. So we've got that perfect amount of water, and the chicken is of course very tender. As I said at the start of the video, yeah, if we use we use the bones and some of the other cuts of chicken, might be a bit tastier, but this is chicken breast, full of lean sort of protein. It's the best way to get a bit of extra vitamins and protein in your diet. So I'm more than happy with that. Alright, thanks for watching, and annyeonghaseyo.